Hi there, I'm Linda Vick. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Manitoba, Canada. And today I'd like to show you what to do with your clear mount stamps after you open the box. Because you can't stamp with them right out of the box. You have to work with them and put the labels on them. So I want to show you the tricks that I use to get the labels on successfully. Hopefully what I share with you today will help you out in working with your own clear mount stamps. So let's get started. We're working with the Special Reason stamp set today. So when you open the box, you'll see that there's a sheet of labels. And then there's this sheet of rubber, and you actually have to punch all the shapes, all your stamps out of the rubber sheet. So we'll do that. Once we have them all out, what I like to do is to turn over to the other side, and I peel off the protective sheet to reveal a sticky layer on the back. Once I have that protective layer completely off, I press this into my stamp case. That way, when I use my stamps, I can tell exactly where they go, and I can put them back, and I can tell if I have them all or not. Next, we have to take the protective layer off of each stamp. Once that's done, we are now ready to apply labels to each of the stamps. So we're going to use the little label for the littlest flower first, and let me just find it here. There it is. I have to orient it correctly to go on the label. And I'm just going to move these other ones out of the way. Now when you look at the label closely, you'll see that the top parts that we're going to remove, the label has been cut in half. So we are going to remove 1/2 of that label, revealing the sticky label part underneath. If you try to take both halves off, most likely the sticky label will jump out at you and you'll end up in a big mess, or that's usually what used to happen to me. So to get half a label out, I bend the label at the cut mark until I can get my fingernail underneath it. And then I just pull off that section of the covering of the label. Now, we're wanting to put the stamp on the label, last part going into the sticky part. And we don't want to work in a shadow. So we're actually going to turn the labels around. And I'm going to put it down close to the light. And make sure that I've got the right orientation for the stamp again. And I'm going to line it up carefully. Just zoom in a bit here for you. So I'm going to line up the section that's still covered first. And once I have that part lined up, I am okay to press down on the other side of the stamp, which will adhere it to the one side. And then I'll just peel it off. And you can see that one side is adhered, not completely, and the other side is not. It's half, just the remaining paper on there. You can see I wasn't entirely successful. I've got a bit of overhang here, but it's not too severe. I've seen stamps that are a lot worse than that. So now we just peel back this part that's not adhered and peel off the remaining white protective section, and then just gently smooth that back onto the stamp. And then the stamp can be put away in its section in the stamp case. So now we're going to do the larger flower. So check the orientation. And then find the cut line and bend the label in half at the cut line and remove one of the sections. Then you're going to line it up so that the covered side is toward the light, because that's the side that you have to line up first. And if it's in a shadow, you won't be accurate. So line up that side. Sorry, I'm getting my head in here to make sure I get it accurate this time. And once it's lined up, let the other side down, and then just pull it up. And you can see this time I was a lot more accurate. You see, getting your head in the way helps sometimes. So then just peel back that section that still has the white cover remaining, peel it off, and gently smooth it back. Be careful that you never want to pull that top section over the stamp, or your stamp may bow because it's too tight. I'll just put that away into the stamp box once I find the correct way to do that. And then you would just continue on with the rest of your stamps in the same manner. So I'm hoping that I've helped you out a little bit today in knowing what to do with your stamps to get the labels on successfully. See you next time.